Even with their fancy tech and tons of cops, the NYPD can't catch these speed freaks. They call themselves the swimmers. Regular people with normal jobs, but in secret, they're road rebels. You're about to see how these drivers stay untouchable and humiliate the cops. Ask any officer who's worked the late shift. Nothing stings like being outsmarted by a pack of racers. Take the November 2024 Sunrise Highway chaos. Hundreds of cars rolled into Islip, engines snarling in the cold. Word of the gathering had leaked and Suffolk County Police rushed in. Before they even cleared the first intersection, the racers split like mercury. One driver whipped a U-turn so tight it looked rehearsed and was gone in seconds, turbo screaming as taillights disappeared. Patrol cars tried to block exits, but the pack fractured. Half a dozen small crashes tied up traffic while the key players melted into the night. Officers were left writing accident reports instead of citations, the racers long gone before the tow trucks arrived. Queens has its own legend from 2019. A crew of organizers set up barricades to create a full street circuit, right on public roads. They timed everything: meetups, barricade placement, even escape routes. When NYPD units finally closed in, the racers didn't panic. Pre-planned side streets let them vanish in under 2 minutes. When the police finally reached the starting line, all that remained were warm tire marks and a couple of tipped-over trash cans. Even the department's air units have suffered defeat. In a 2023 Brooklyn operation, helicopters tailed a caravan of turbocharged imports, but drivers ducked under the massive overpasses of the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway. Between the shadows, cross traffic, and sheer complexity of the roads, the pilots lost visual contact. By the time ground units regrouped, the racers were long gone, folding back into regular traffic like ghosts. Sometimes pure speed makes the difference. Early in 2022, a stripped-down Honda Civic hit an estimated 140 miles per hour on the Cross Bronx Expressway. Department policy limits high-speed chases for public safety, so the pursuing officers had to back off. The Civic didn't just win, it embarrassed the system by using its own rules against it. These stories, pulled from police files and news reports, show how planning and local knowledge can flip a routine stop into a headline-making escape. The racers don't just react, they anticipate every move, turning the city's concrete and steel into their personal escape route. These stories, pulled from police files and news reports, show how planning and local knowledge can flip a routine stop into a headline-making escape. Take Squeeze Benz, for example. On the night of April 11, 2024, Antonio Ginestri, known online as Squeeze Benz, pulled a move in Newark that went viral. In one video titled Squeeze Versus Newark, he circled a parked Newark police SUV in a black BMW with no plates, performing donuts around it before flooring it and speeding off. Police saw this but ended the chase. They judged continuing the pursuit too risky. Later, authorities arrested Ginestri, not because of that donut video per se, but partly due to his broader pattern of reckless driving stunts and social media posts. He's also been implicated in other criminal charges in New Jersey, and then there's the elusive figure known as Where's 981. In the opening clip of Almost Every Time I Ran from the Cops, a single police car chases him through busy city streets for over 3 minutes. The pursuit unfolds in broad daylight with traffic and pedestrians all around, and then he finally slips away, vanishing into the flow of the city. How do they do it, though? These crews aren't random thrill seekers, they plan like a military unit. Private Telegram and Discord groups share live updates on police spots around the Bronx and beyond. Some even use radio scanners to hear NYPD chatter. That means the moment a patrol car idles near a known meetup, the racers know it. Drivers sit in parked cars blocks away, phones glowing as they relay every move. Decoys add to the chaos. In one 2024 Manhattan takeover, stunt drivers pulled donuts and burnouts to keep cops busy while the main racers bolted to new sites. It wasn't luck, it was a distraction designed to waste police time and burn fuel. Knowing the streets is key. Racers memorize back roads and narrow lanes that big police SUVs can't handle. A 2019 report described crews using construction zones and timed lights to trap patrol cars. They'll even plan routes based on which neighborhoods are packed with delivery trucks at certain hours, counting on those trucks to block a pursuit. The cars themselves are weapons. Turbochargers and aftermarket exhausts deliver brutal acceleration. Reinforced suspensions let them hop curbs or handle rough pavement without losing control. Radar detectors scan for speed trap signals, while license plate flippers or removable wraps make camera footage useless. Some drivers even tweak their headlights so a single switch can kill their taillights for a few critical seconds. Every move is designed to stretch the gap between them and law enforcement. What started decades ago as spontaneous drag races has evolved into tactical operations. Crews relocate multiple times in a single night, shifting from industrial parks in Queens to the hidden service roads along the Belt Parkway, staying a step ahead of predictable police response. Surely, the police weren't just watching as they got humiliated. Here's what they did. The NYPD didn't sit still. In January 2024, they formed a dedicated street racing task force, using unmarked cars with advanced tracking gear to blend into crowds. Drones now patrol overhead, capturing license plates and mapping movements from hundreds of feet above the chaos. Automated plate readers line bridges and intersections, feeding data back to Central Command in real time. But the racers adapt just as quickly. In May 2024, a social media driver turned heads by live streaming his runs while wearing a custom wrap he could peel off after each event. His license plates interchangeable in seconds. By the time police traced one number, the car looked completely different. Lookout crews guard entry points to every meetup. They sit in parked cars or on stoops, eyes on their phones, ready to blast warnings through encrypted chats. If a single message reads 12 inbound, the crowd scatters before an unmarked unit even makes the turn. Drones aren't foolproof either. Racers move under tree cover or deep into parking garages where signals break up. Some events start beneath the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway, specifically to block overhead surveillance. Dark window tints, still within legal limits, make quick facial recognition almost impossible. Encrypted group messages keep cops locked out of the conversation. It's become a tech arms race. Each new police gadget triggers a fresh countermove. The city passes tougher spectator laws, hoping to cut crowds and starve the racers of an audience. The racers respond with smaller, mobile gatherings and invite-only alerts. Neither side wins for long, and the game just keeps evolving. Even off the streets, the tension grows. Insurance companies track hotspot Z-IP codes, raising premiums for everyone. Lawmakers debate whether harsher penalties will stop the culture or just push it deeper underground. Every new rule becomes another challenge for racers eager to prove they can outthink the system. But of course, the thrill comes with a brutal cost. First offenses start at $300 fines, but repeat offenders can lose their license or car outright. In 2025, a Bronx driver got 18 years in prison for killing a pedestrian during a race. That wasn't a rare tragedy, just one of the few where someone paid the maximum price. Crashes kill and maim. A 2021 report tallied multiple deaths, including 3 on the Grand Central Parkway when 2 racing cars plowed into innocent drivers. Hospitals in hotspots like Suffolk County report weekend spikes in trauma admissions after big meets. Even spectators get caught. In 2023, a bystander was struck when a car lost control during a takeover. The financial ripple is wide. Insurance premiums climb for everyone in affected ZIP codes. Taxpayers foot the bill for emergency crews, extra patrols, and the cleanup that follows every wreck. Suffolk County pushed through new penalties in 2024, steeper fines, faster impounds, trying to stem the bleeding. But the lure of speed and bragging rights keeps pulling new drivers into the game. For many racers, the chase feels worth it until the moment it isn't. Until a crash, a courtroom, or a lifetime of medical bills ends the rush for good. Families left behind don't see a glamorous subculture. They see an empty chair at the dinner table. New York streets remain a battlefield. Racers stay clever, cops stay hungry. With every new tactic, the other side finds a counter. Maybe the racers will always hold the edge with their quick minds and faster cars. Maybe the law will finally box them in with tech and tougher penalties. What do you think? Drop your take in the comments. Do the racers have the edge, or is it only a matter of time before cops take it back? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the city's underground worlds.